did it even set an intro video? Oh, I
Uh,
forgot I had to redo everything.
okay. Hello.
Okay, right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we are back. Now, listen, we had to postpone, and I thought I was going to get a live in here, but I got to retime my own hair, and it's taking me longer. I got the whole front half done, but I still got to finish the back half. And so we about to get all into it tonight, okay? We got Angela back. Angela had to take a break, had to take care of some personal things, okay?
Yes, yes, yes. Look, in
But
working on hair.
right, working on here so she can get her tail up out of here, going on
Uh-huh.
vacation.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I can't wait till it's my turn. So, real quick, we're gonna get into first of all, because we did not come back last week, I do want to just officially say happy Mother's Day to you and to everybody, in the audience who come
Happy
across.
Mother's Day.
Yeah,
Belated Mother's
I
Day.
mean,
Yeah.
right, we are 2 weeks removed. However,
I know it.
however, because we missed it, we still gonna send that shout out. And I just want us to get into a few little hot topics, before we get into Real Housewives of Atlanta. The first thing we're gonna do is just really talk about the Michael movie just one more time. I think we did this, talk about it a couple weeks ago, but I kind of wanted us to just get some final thoughts about it. Have you seen anything that's changed your mind? What would you rate that movie? And as far as a part two, are you even looking forward to a part two?
I did not change my mind. And I'm not looking forward to a part two. We didn't ask for this. You say who asked for this? We didn't ask for
We
it. I, we didn't ask for it. That's just it. I think, like I said, American Dream was so great. And to me, this movie was a big letdown. I left there feeling like, okay, Jafar did a very good job. But other than that, the storyline to me was lackluster. It just was not that great. I'm glad that Michael Jackson music has been on the billboards and he's on the top 200, whatever it is.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even. Well,
Oh, yeah.
you know what? I just assumed he never left. Let me say
Wait.
that.
But I think they were saying like Billie Jean is like
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
song
I
is
did see
rating out.
something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, I'm glad for that. I mean, because I love music, and I love his music, and like, I always listen to his music on my he's on my playlist that I have on girl. My playlist got some of everybody.
You
Got
talking about
Escape.
on my
It got
playlist,
SWV.
but he is
Yes,
on the playlist heavy,
girl.
heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, what
So
they say, heavy, heavy. We
you
got
got
the
some
heavy on
heavy,
me.
babe. Yes. So yeah, I I like that about the whole thing, is giving us that Michael Jackson era again after he's been gone from, since 2009. So I enjoy that part of it. The fandom. I said maybe if my movie cinema would have been a little bit more turned, then but we weren't turned up in there. I think people were just really trying to watch and take in. But like I said, I was watching and taking in, then I started getting bored. And it was just like, okay, when's the next music scene? That's kind of how, okay, when the next music scene. And then as I see my granddaughter, like, did like one of these numbers, I said, oh shit, she about to go to sleep. We already in the reclined chairs. She about, it, it wasn't enough to keep, like her really like interested in the story. And I thought, okay, for just like If, how I would say about the K Michelle thing. She's new to me for reality TV because I never watched her before. So me being exposed to her now, I'm like, everybody talk, what's the hype? Because what I'm seeing is not giving it, So that's the way I kind of felt like that movie. What's the hype? It wasn't giving it, So that's the only thing you knew of Michael Jackson just watching that movie. I just, like I said to someone, I don't think Michael Jackson would have approved of that movie. And I think that's why Janet Jackson had issues because I just didn't think the storyline wasn't that great.
That's interesting to say that you think he would not have approved of it. And I didn't really think of it that way. I think for me, I still, think that, yes, it lacked a lot of dialogue. So to your point, I can understand where, there are people who are kind of like, I ain't really feeling this because there were not a lot of scenes that gave any thread to an actual story being told. And so what I left and what I think, and I'm not sure what part two would give to this, because I would think that part two would be where most of the dialogue would exist
I would
at
hope.
this point. But hey, um, but what I think is that, like I said, I think it was just a love letter to fans from his family. Like, and maybe like that. Listen, now I said that Jermaine, honey, he is something. I think I understand why. Um, Michael was always saying, including Jermaine. And I'm gonna just take it a little further since I'm on my YouTube channel, because not everybody understands that reference. But I think that if you have, with the Bible, when you go to church, there are sometimes the pastor might preach on a passage, and I'm not a great person at giving you the verses, but there is a passage of where the disciples are told to leave the place they were at, and God or Jesus said, including Peter. Well, Peter had been a part of the disciples. So the question is always like, well, why did he say including him? Because if you name the disciples, so same with the Jacksons, if you name the Jacksons, Jermaine should be a part of it. But because Jermaine, X himself out, excommunicated himself, you know.
He stayed
That's
with
why it's
Motown.
now like, well, okay, but including him. And so, because that's the correlation to that particular happening in the Bible with Peter, saying like, even though he betrayed Jesus and he was not supposed to be a part of the group anymore, that wasn't enough to not make him a part of the group. So like Jermaine,
When did Peter
but
betray?
huh?
When did he betray Jesus? Missed that.
Well, I think he denied him. So
Yeah.
that well,
Okay.
so
Okay.
right. I
Okay.
used the word betray, but you're right. I said the word. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
said it
Okay.
incorrectly. Yeah, but at the same time, I think for me it would be the same thing. But his actual offense was that he denied him.
Yeah.
So back to what I'm saying about this Jermaine and Michael and the movie. So I just think that Jermaine just has a funny way of being, and I think he has set his son up to basically come into the industry, on some type of like it's nepotism in a sense,
Of
right?
course. Couldn't
On some
nobody else
type
do
of
it.
high. And I don't know if I hate it or love it. I
I
think
love it.
right. I was gonna say I think use it to your best advantage, right? Like that's what I think you should do. And so yeah, for me, I just wrap it up like it is a love letter to the fans, and that would be somebody like us. Like my puppy is named Prince Michael Jackson. So of course I love me some Michael Jackson. always have, always will. Okay. Um, and I'm probably going to watch everything that is ever said about him. Not to say that I'm going to agree with everything, but I'm probably going to watch it because I just want to be in the know. You know what I'm saying? Of what's said. So I will be watching part two to see if it is more dialogue because I do think that that is, as far as I agree in the sense of new fans using this as the barometer of which they learn about Michael. I don't think there was any really learning about his life. I think it was very quick. Yeah, and it just highlighted the career. But I enjoyed it. I did. So listen, guys, let us know what you thought about the Michael movie because I think at this point, most of y'all should have seen it. And if you haven't, you just don't want to.
Yeah. They waiting on it to come on
Yeah, you just don't want to.
on the
Um,
streaming platforms.
so let's get into the Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, honey, and this whole education scandal. Um, have you paid attention to any of that, and what do you think about that?
She's a liar, and she didn't count on anybody going back and researching it. You should not have never name drop Offset. Should not have. They was like, oh, she talking about Offset got in the DM saying he needed help. They was thinking, okay, so this is unconventional. Why are you name dropping people and you're supposed to go by these certain guidelines? But she said she's not licensed, so she ain't got to follow the rules.
Which that shouldn't be true, because even the unlicensed, that you should be there's anonymity. Because let's go to the NA and the AA. None of those people are licensed per se. Maybe some, but they're not the people that attend and everything. They're not licensed, but just to go, you uh agree to an oath to keep everybody anonymity.
hmm And then also, no one can find her doctorates. Like, what, lady? Where's your dissertation at, girl? And then she says she went to some school that's been, discredited, and supposedly either she keep her degree at or they can give her refund her money. I said, girl, who's you telling this lie to? Now I ain't got no bachelor's, but I did go to college a little bit. And you around here talking, and you just must have thought everyone was just dumb and nobody was going to actually research it. And they did.
I will say this. I'm gonna cut in real quick. I will say this. Number one, I think that the issue is that she was able to utilize that title to access platforms. And as far as the platforms go, none of them, I'm guessing, because maybe they did and maybe they just went along with it. I can't imagine that you didn't vet the person that is coming, to your show.
Okay, well, the problem is if the thing is they're not okay. Only time she's really getting vetted is when she applied for different jobs and she can't get them because she had
Well,
to have
you
those
don't
things.
think a person like Tamara Hall should vet the person
What are you gonna say?
that
Let me see your
she's bringing
degree.
on her show?
I think because she was already out there. I
But I'm
don't.
saying, so like it's kind of like what I think is it's a example. And listen, I'm not saying what she's doing is right. First off, let me back this up real quick and make this plain and clear. I do think that license and certifications and things like that, I think that they are in place for a reason,
Yeah.
and everybody should have and get whatever it is that they need to be out um, advertising and performing any of those types of services. Now, where this whole title and then credentialing comes in play, I have two different views about it. Because on one end, I think we are in a space right now where you can call yourself whatever you want. You can make yourself whatever you want. It like, and whatever the facts are behind it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
And so my point with where this is concerned is that if anybody was going to be concerned about her calling herself a doctor and then having the credentials to back it up, seemed like the producers of Basketball Wives would have been the first people
They
to
said the
have
girl,
dug in and
one of
went
the girls
into
on the
that.
show
Well, right,
actually
that's the
said,
first time I heard of the lady.
one of the girls on the show actually said something about her credentials, and she said everybody act like, oh, I was just being a hater.
I
But
don't remember, and now I saw
what's the girl
something where
name?
Brooke had said something,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say because I watched the season, but it's been a while, and so I don't remember if Brooke literally was asking about credentials in that particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but what I will say is there was a beef between the two in the season. Dr. Bryant or Cheyenne Bryant and Brooke was getting into it. So I can't remember if it had anything to do about her asking, because what I do remember is it was Cheyenne having a event and kind of like calling Brooke out in a sense, because she was mad that the girls wouldn't stand up. And she does these things that doesn't feel very girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though you kind of say you are, that it don't seem like it. And I think that is very telling that somebody like Paul George, is that who it was? Is that who I was looking at? It's one of the guys. He has a podcast. I feel like I just threw Paul George under. No, I think that he is Paul George. But anyway, he happened to, be sitting. I saw some little clip, and he's sitting up. He's kind of like, well, does she really need a license if she's helping everybody? And it's kind of like, okay, now
Yeah.
we going into a whole nother, like era. Now we about to convince everybody that you don't need these things to be able to do the other things. Now, what I will say, like I told my girlfriend, she's went through some type of schooling. Now, if she finished, whatever, because I'm not sure what happens to whatever you earned, whether that be a certificate, diploma, degree, or what have you, from a school that loses its accreditation and loses whatever. Because outside of, because I benefited from this, so I'm speaking from experience. Outside of whatever the loans and stuff you took out, they get forgiven. You ain't got to
Yeah.
pay that shit back. But they ain't came back and told me, like, oh, now here's the thing about the coursework. It wasn't worth a damn no way, because when you went to a career school, those credits and whatever work you did, they don't transfer over to what we
Accredited
call
school.
an accredited college, right?
Mm-hmm. I think the
Coursework, they have the same course numbers.
yeah, then but I watched Simone, I think is her name. Simone Girl Is That Legal. She's a YouTuber, an attorney, and she broke down the whole thing because she went and looked up other people who got doctorates from that university. Because at first she was trying to act
Okay, so
like,
they still have theirs.
oh yeah, and it's still
Okay, right. So you
they're
heard
still on
what
the
I said.
register.
I didn't know that. What I did think is that they come back and they wipe out
No,
whatever the debts and stuff are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
yeah, you ain't got to pay this shit back, but whatever it is that you obtain and have is still yours. And Funky Dineva did talk about it on his live, and I agree with him. Like their video, you got something somewhere to prove it because I agree. Who the fuck gets not just a diploma, not just you know what I
You get
mean?
your doctorates, your PhD. My older cousin who's having this party, she got her PhD, and you best believe it. When I went in her damn house, I seen her certificate
You
with her
better, man,
shit,
you
Dr.
fucking
Hope.
better. You walking around acting like that ain't shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we doing? Yeah, so like I said, I think it is an example of selective outrage where the public is concerned. I think she is more than whatever within her rights to call herself doctor and whatever else it is she want to call herself. I call myself queen, and my pronouns are HRH. Okay, that stands for Her Royal Highness. And yeah, if I want to go by that, I can. That's how I feel.
But she got the name trademark.
Right. And my point is to get the name trademark, the trademark does not require any of
Yeah.
those things. It's the public. And that's the reason why that information is public. Because it's the public that should be requiring that information. So back to like you said, she was on the pod, but I'm going all the way back to how we got introduced to her. They didn't do their due diligence. Like it's the same thing with these Epstein files. The way I look at it, and I'm just gonna put a nice little bow over this. But it's kind of like you had the information first off. Don't kind of run it down to me after the fact, and then expect me to be the one to get all riled up. If you know it's wrong, then you should have did something. And that's where I'm going. Basketball wife producers, but we've said this about the producers in general, that they should do better about vetting the people that they bring on. However, I think if she just dropped her whole doctor spiel and just went on about her business, she would be perfectly fine.
I think that she possibly can get in trouble in California portraying to be a doctor, and she's not.
Well, I think that and I forgot this since you brought it up. I'm not sure what I am going to say about that, because I think that goes into something more like a malpractice or something like that.
Well, because you're not supposed to be.
Well, I think that's the reason why. So sometimes you got to listen to what people say and even why they're saying it. I think that's the reason why she went into explaining why she didn't have a license, right?
Yeah.
And so me being a medical biller for 20 years, right? What I'm going to tell you is she's right about as far as being able to bill insurance for as a licensed person, because there's a national provider identifier that you get assigned, whenever you are billing insurance. And she's correct to say, but this is why I call it selective outrage, because there are people right now that are probably going and visiting therapists or counselors that are not what you would call licensed the way you want her to be licensed, right? It's different. There's a different tier. There's one part that what she's doing is like a psychologist.
Yeah.
And then people associate therapists and psychologists in the same type of realm because they think that they do the same type of work. You get what I mean?
I understand, but they both have their doctrines.
No. Counselors and therapists don't need doctorates. No, they don't. You don't call them doctor. So that is the main difference. Like the PhD, that if you able to, and that would be now that right there.
That's why they were saying that she would get in trouble in California.
Is that right there for Cheyenne Bryant? That would be the key, because if you believe in your mind that what you earned was your PhD, who the fuck you know got a PhD and not putting them fucking letters behind their name? So my point though is, when you look up therapists, Google them, whatever, you'll come up with a lot. You'll see a lot of different letters,
Yeah.
and so some mean they may have gotten a master's,
Yeah. She says
but
she has her master's.
PhD is PH fucking D. You know that, like, that don't change.
Yeah, but she's saying she did because she
I
said,
know. I understand. All I'm saying is nobody really questioning it. And my thing is really just going back to the fact that it was okay until somebody brought it up. But you really should have been asking yourself this the whole time.
yeah. I think everybody thought everybody else did the work. And that's how
Well,
she
I mean, listen, I could call her Dr. Bryant from here to now on. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm not calling the girl to life coach me or anything like that. But again, going back to what I mean, it's interesting that that's the lane that she occupies, because it is possible that she has the workload but did not complete.
yeah.
So where we come, like I said, now the licenses are the licenses, but again, like, I do think that she should stop representing herself as Doctor So and So and just go ahead. Or if she wants to, I think somebody made a good point about, she did an interview with a necklace and it was like DOC, and the person was just kind of saying like that was very representative of you absolutely not being a PhD, because nobody really that has a doctor title and status would dumb that down
To
to a
DOC.
DOC, right? I kind of agree with that. So what I would say is maybe she should change it up and make it the DOC. And she
Like
can
the
still
rapper.
go by Dr. Bryant. Right. I mean, right?
The diggity diggity dot. All right, DOC.
Okay, let's move on. Now, this is the last one before we get into these housewives. Child, did you see the prom send off with the helicopter, or not even see it, but see the story?
No.
Oh my God. So there was a council person in Markham, Illinois, um, who decided to have a helicopter as a backdrop for her daughter's prom send off, but she used the funds of the city to pay for the helicopter.
No. Lord have mercy. Was she a
That's what she
treasure?
did. Now let me say this. My first thought was, I already said these prom send offs were just going way too far and getting out of hand. And what I do think, and listen, black people, I love us, but my God, we know how to take something and take it to the next fucking level. Cause I don't even know what the point in this shit is. Honestly, I really don't. I find
So did
myself
they? So did they ride in it? They ride in the helicopter.
no, no.
It
I,
just was
I
there
I
as a
think that
prop.
they just took pictures. Yes.
Mm.
Excuse me, guys. Give me 1 second.
So it was a prop. I didn't see that, but my niece had a prom send off, and it was cute. Um, I do think that when people are sending off these children to the prom and they are paying a lot of money, and I would just say spend your money wisely. We don't know. We got gas is over $4 a gallon. We don't know what the heck it's gonna be like in the next 6 months. So try to hold on to your little money. That's all I would say.
Listen, I'm so glad my kids went to school where they did because they didn't have any type of desire or even a need, right, to have any of that stuff. And what I mean by that is, even as a parent, you don't, I think as parents, we get caught up in what's happening, what's going on. Um, and also, pleasing your children in a sense. And I don't know that the children are asking for all of this shit.
They not.
I'm sure. Okay. I
Girl.
But I'm just kind of like, I just thank God my kids grew up like in a nice little suburban neighborhood, honey, where they did the shit just real regular. We went, we found a nice little park, or
Was it last year the little couple from, was it Chicago or somewhere, they went to the prom and they got in a bad car accident?
oh God.
And it
I
was
don't, maybe so, but it was a
but
mom.
but they both had
Well,
passed away.
they just did. What did they have? A prom, after party. Like, even with that, I don't want to talk mess about nobody that then lost their life. You know what I mean? Because senseless crime is senseless crime. But why is anybody throwing teenagers a after prom party? They just left prom. What they got?
Well, we always had an after prom.
We didn't have after prom. Okay. Let me clarify what after prom was for us. What I am gonna say is nobody had the thought to rent a home, hotel, or anything where we went back and had a second party.
We
What
did.
I am gonna say is after prom, we went out. Yeah, we hung out. We went out to eat. We probably did some uh riding around Chicago. But
We had a whole we rented the whole the YWCA, whatever. We rented that. And it lasted until like 6 o'clock in the morning. And this 1990. And then from there,
well, okay. So let me know something. So maybe what I'm thinking, this is a thing.
we did it then.
Okay,
We would
because
have the
yeah,
after
no,
prom.
we didn't do none of that.
Because the regular prom they played, I mean, they played a
Oh,
couple
we had a
black
great time
songs.
at our prom.
That
That's
was
like
just,
we went to prom, we went out to dinner, and the
we
deal
do the dinner before
was to
prom.
go to Great America the day after.
We
That's
went to
what we
Cedar
did.
Point the day after.
So no, nobody had no, and nobody was old enough to do none of that stuff. Like what I will say is, yeah, and so I guess I wasn't as bad as
No,
what I think. I guess whatever the
our,
fuck
our,
I
our
was
after
sitting
prom
around
was
doing, honey, was nothing.
our after prom was our after prom was sponsored through our school.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, that's different.
So the after prom, because I mean, once you got in
Well,
there,
fixing them, like everything that you saying to me, that's different. Yeah, because even like, what my point would be, as my own self, and even as a parent, like, because I do so. To your point, I think you mentioned y'all went to Cedar Point. We went to Great America. Great America was 2 hours from us.
mhm,
We did want to go to Cedar Point, which Cedar Point was like a 5 hour drive or
mhm.
something like that. So we were trying to figure out um, a way to go, right? So we saying, well, we can leave, get rooms, woo woo. But baby, like I said, I really must have really been in the goody two shoe crew, because our parents was like, hell fucking no.
our
And
um
we all was like, okay.
our after prom, like I said, it was a function through the school. So it was chaperone, and we had the whole. I mean, the YWCA is really big, so you had the whole Y, and it wasn't
But
like
it's
when
just
we,
interesting you would need a party after the party.
yeah, we did.
Yeah,
That's what we
I
wanted.
mean, right. Well, okay, so I
Because
stand
usually,
corrected.
because usually the prom, like we would have it at the Botanical Gardens, and it would only last until maybe 11 or so. I remember when me and my husband went to the prom, yeah, we had an after prom somewhere at a hall. But when my senior year, when I went to the prom with another person, we did whoever was like on the prom committee, they always kind of had an after prom. So the after prom was a function through the school, basically. Because as kids, yes, we can't rent this. We can't. So somebody had to rent these things. We had to have security. And for the one that lasted to 6 in the morning, they had to have, consent from the parents. And also, as I remember, you couldn't come and leave as you wanted to. Once you was in there, you was kind of in there, and then you was leaving, you was leaving. It was no back and forth in there. So they had some rules and stipulations of what you could and could not do. But other than that, yeah, we had the prom and the
I
after
mean,
prom.
well, like you said, like I said, like that's interesting to know because my point really is like what is the point in doing that after the party, and then
Because the prom
so
is over with like at
unfortunately,
11, 10 or
hmm,
11. The prom is over with like at 10 or 11.
well, unfortunately, these children is losing their lives.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm just saying. That's how it
Mhm.
was 1990. So 1990 compared to now was like happy days. So that's what it was.
Well, baby, listen, what you just said made me feel like I was June Cleaver over here. Like the
Oh, girl.
fuck.
No,
I
our
thought
stuff
I
was
was
nice.
doing something, and I feel honey turns out like, girl, girl, bye.
Yeah. And at least it was white kids doing this. I mean, they was the
No,
ones that were kind of over
I went to a
everything.
mixed school also, and not for nothing. I do think I know that there were things happening, or whatever, that was outrageous. But what I am going to say is our parents wasn't involved. I would say
Mhm.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Right? There may have been somebody that had some type of get together. Now, whether their parents knew that that's what they was doing, you know what I'm saying, and invite. What I'm saying is, all the parents wasn't involved. It wasn't in on it. The school wasn't in on it. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that, which is regular teenage shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and don't get me wrong, I do understand the thought process behind wanting to be the person that is trying to provide, I guess, responsibility. But I do think that they're just kind of like some things are not they're just not for everybody, and that's one of them. And well, like I said, you said the school was involved, but I'm just saying on the level, some things that happened were just part of growing up, not because somebody orchestrated this. And so I thought it was I don't. I had 3 kids go to prom. I would never orchestrate a after prom party. I don't think it would be necessary. I think they go to prom, they hang out, go out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, but me orchestrating everybody to come somewhere where I done got no, we don't need to do that. Y'all done had enough. Cause also, what are you doing at that point?
Girl, I don't know what they
Oh,
doing.
yeah,
I know
right.
we
You're not
did.
old
We
enough
had
to drink. You're not
fun.
right. Yeah, you're not old enough. So what are you doing? Like, yeah. So call me approved. But right, listen. I feel like June Cleaver after you just told me. You're like damn, because I thought we was doing something and we wasn't doing a damn thing. Clearly,
And this was, like I said, 1990
yeah, that's what
and
I'm saying.
89.
Like clearly, we wasn't doing a damn thing. Okay. Um. So let's get into these housewives. Now, before we get into the housewives, guys, listen. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share it out. But finally, we about to get into these housewives. We're about to get into these last 2 episodes. And let's just unpack. Let's just unpack. Unpack.
So
Like
we just having
always,
conversation here.
right. Like always. Ooh, let me see. I should be able to put me. Where did it go? I can't even remember how to put the little uh poll up because I had a poll ready for us last week, but it don't matter. But we
Uh,
wasn't able to do it. Oh, here we
it's
go.
on the
There
side.
we go. I got it. Let's do it. Let's put it up there. That's
Mm-hmm.
that one. Because that was from last week, y'all. I just wanted to know, was Pinky Cole tripping or was she like, is she the drama? Even though I really could stop this poll right now because we already at the next episode, and baby Pinky said she had to take a break. But like always, drop down in the comments. Let us know what you are rating this week's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, 1 to 10. And let's just start from the top, honey. What we are going to do is we just gonna run down four, and we gonna put, or excuse me, we on seven now. We gonna run down seven and pull six in.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we just gonna start where they left off at, and that's the Kelly and Portia going back and forth on this bus, honey, about sleeping with a married man.
And the troll climbing the tree. Portia fucking lied. I don't bit more believe that I don't believe the married man story, and I don't believe the whole platinum puss. I saw it, so I want to have it type thing. I don't believe that either. I think Portia, I think Portia just be saying stuff. And the back and forth was funny to me. I laughed, and I like how they did the back and forth. Then they changed the subject and kept it moving. But I will say this: when Kelly was like, "Well, bring a receipt, name the name," and then here come Phaedra jumping in. Well, I know the family. Well, we all know the family. Y'all knew it. If you didn't want it to be known, they should not have never brought it up. Point blank, period. So I almost led me to believe, like, wait a minute, did Frederick got something to do with this?
Now
So,
listen, oh look, because I thought that pause was for me to come in.
mhm, go, yeah.
Well, listen, this is how I feel about this. I'm not ever about to spend way too much time on nothing that has to be confirmed through Phaedra. I felt like we've been here before, right? This is the whole conversation we didn't get, that we sitting right here in this season, like pretending we don't need. And then you think you're gonna play in my face, like with some whole other scenario that sound like, but not quite, like the same. So when she turned and looked to Phaedra to be the one to, like clarify, I said, "Oh, throw this shit out the window because I don't give
Like, who cares? And then we find out, look, because both of them, look, Kate Michelle, and I'm like, when Kelly said, you mess with R. Kelly, Kate Michelle kind of like jumped out of her
well,
skin a
because
little
they might
bit.
be everybody's claim to fame. Even though he's sitting in prison right now, we're never going to ever forget who R. Kelly was before he was sitting up in that jail cell.
Yeah, I mean, I know
And
somebody who
so
messed with him.
that's the
Shoot.
claim to fame. Okay. And when we talking, well, go ahead, finish before I
Uh,
get on K. Michelle ass.
yeah. So the whole back and forth and the revealing of the R. Kellys of it all, and I go, oh, okay. So K Michelle and Kelly, I mean, and Portia have that in common. And K Michelle about couldn't help herself, but then she had to remember this ain't my fight right here. So then, then then it was a whole, okay, you tried to climb up, the troll wanted to climb the tree. And honey, it was just a lot. And I thought it was funny. But how K Michelle was taken back. So I think K Michelle is trying to play like she's some kind of Stepford wife or something, housewife.
Yeah.
So that she just can't believe how these girls just move on so quick. They just was calling out each other, and the next thing we do, we're talking about roses and how the roses are with the rose do to you. So, and everybody's kind of kumbaya about the roses. So I'm like, okay, K Michelle.
Listen. Will the real K Michelle please stand up? We are waiting for you, girl. And I'm not so sure that this whole like giving damsel in distress, like, oh my God, oh, I'm Alice in Wonderland. Oh, where am I at? Where did all the people go?
She's in Oz. You and I.
That's kind of where what she's giving to me. I'm tired of it. Cause I don't now, me personally, I don't watch your ass on TV too long. Okay.
Oh. And I'm waiting to see because how you have that high expectation. Like I had that high expectation for that movie Michael. And I just feel like Kay is not giving us nothing.
No, Kay is not giving. She is giving she's giving actress. She's giving, and I said this on our last live, but I do think that she is giving us what she thinks in her mind the housewives are. And listen, we're not gonna play. Kay is stepping out like she has stepped on the girls. And who are the girls? I mean, the girls that she feel like ran her out of Atlanta. Why she feel that way? Because even in Atlanta, there's there's hierarchy everywhere.
But the girls
that Real Housewives of Atlanta, in the realm of reality television, is like the top tier compared to everywhere else. So here's the deal, though, because I don't think Rashida gives a damn, right? Like I don't think Rashida is sitting somewhere wishing she could be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. The truth of the matter is, if she had not been on Love and Hip Hop, she probably could have been, honestly. But with going back to K Michelle, I think that K Michelle is trying to shit on the girls, but she is failing.
Girl, miserably.
She is having diarrhea.
Miserably. She ain't shitting on nobody, not even on Kelly. And everybody made a big deal about Kelly's confessional look. I didn't even pay no attention.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even pay attention.
I don't even know what you mean when you said they make a big deal out of it. So that's how much attention.
The T-shirt she had on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she had on a T-shirt in the confessional look.
Oh, again, that's how much attention I did not pay it.
I didn't even pay attention.
I'm fine with it. If she made it work, make it. In the words of Michael Kors, make it work, honey. Or that's Tim Gunn. Excuse me,
girl. But they're making a big deal about it. So she put up but a bunch of pictures or whatever, and she had the song Adina Howard, My T-shirt and Panties On. But I didn't even know it was a thing. So I seen other people like commenting and making videos about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't even pay attention. I said, I don't remember her in a confessional time. The last thing I remember was that big furry purple thing. I don't remember nothing else.
It takes me a while sometimes to realize when the confessional changes come in. But also, I'm not a person when I'm looking at the show, and this is now going into this is what I'm loving about this season. When I'm looking at the show, I'm not necessarily looking to critique. I am looking to be entertained.
Entertain. Amen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, there are some things like you doing your confessional in the t-shirt, unless it was obvious with graphic on it. Like, I thought what she did was no different than anybody turning the man's shirt into a dress and putting a belt around it and throwing some, what I'm saying, heels or boots or whatever on it. Fine. But it wasn't something that felt crass. It just felt like a choice, which I think she said she was just tired. I don't know, maybe her wardrobe didn't show up and she just had to, go with what she had. But again, I don't necessarily look at this show for the purpose of critiquing. And when I say that, because that sounds funny as we are doing the review.
Recap.
But what I mean is, I just want to talk about what we kind of saw and some of the details, and I do call that a small detail. I don't catch, and it does, like, even if I caught it, I'm not really sure what it would have meant to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would only bring up something I caught, like, because I would say, like, oh, like, so and so, woo, woo. So her sitting there with a t-shirt, like, okay, like, I don't really know what it means. Do it mean she broke?
I think it was supposed to be Tom Ford or something, girl. And
Well,
some,
well, that's what I'm trying to get to. What does it mean? You
well, she
know,
already said she
like, do
broke.
it mean she ain't got no money? Do it mean she ain't got no clothes? Do it mean, like, what does it mean? Because, right, I didn't notice it, which meant the episode was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it was. It had a whole bunch of ups and downs.
Now, what did you think about the oysters, honey, when Portia went to go and check them oysters?
I really didn't think nothing of it, to be honest, until K Michelle made that face. And then I thought, oh, she's thinking about what the people had said about her. That's the only reason why I thought about it, because I knew of the rumor. But I didn't know if it was something people actually do check oysters, because I don't eat them. So I don't like it. I tried it one time and I just, oh, it was the nastiest shit ever to me. So, if that's what you like, go ahead. I
Oh,
didn't
I
like
eat
it.
oysters, baby. I love them.
Mm-mm. No, the texture, the whole thing is just as gross to me. I can't
And what
do
I
it.
do agree is I have not, like, and so funny enough, anybody who references oysters kind of being similar to a vagina, in my opinion, would be people that don't eat oysters. Okay, like,
Mm,
because that's, and not that it doesn't mean that they don't eat the other thing, but I'm just saying, like, it's, for me, I more so hear those type of comments from people who don't eat them,
mm,
But I do eat oysters. I enjoy them.
mm,
And what I will say is, I remember hearing the comment when she said, "Well, let me check them," and I
mm,
thought to myself, like, check them, like, what you checking for, right? Not just because maybe I need to know, but also, yeah, this is not something that I ever heard,
mm,
before. Like, nobody, and I learned how to eat oysters from my mother. Now, that,
mm,
like, so the way I eat, that is one of the things that I've got from my mother, which is, so I'm saying that to say, I feel like if you had checked them, she would have said something to me about that.
I said,
And
I
what
don't
do you
eat it
check
or
them
no.
for? Because at the end of the day, whenever you eat raw fish, you just are really taking a chance on maybe having a parasite, or something. Again, I love oysters. I'm eating them every chance I get, though.
Mm,
So when somebody's shucking them, they just shuck them. There is no cleaning process. Now, you clean the shells, because whatever is on the shell, you don't want to get inside per se. But there's no, when they bring it out to you on the shell, the motherfucker just shucked that shit and brought it on out to you. You know, like that.
I don't even know. Look, I don't know nothing about it because I said I only. Me and my husband,
I
we went
love
to the
them, baby.
oyster
I
bar.
love them.
We spent all that goddamn money, and I was like, "This is the grossest shit I ever had in my
I love them,
life."
baby. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. I love them.
We end up.
Like
We
I went,
left and then went out to eat
as a matter of
again.
fact, I went to a party at the art museum, and it was during All-Star weekend, but they had appetizer stations everywhere. I was stuck at the oyster station because they had the man there shucking them oysters right there, handing them to you, and I was there all fucking night. I was there all fucking night. I can't even lie to y'all. Like, I know that man was looking at me like this is like, but yes, honey, give me more, give me more, give me
Oh,
more. Love them. So
girl.
anyway, back to so I'm saying that to say I've heard people reference them that way. So that wasn't the part, but I was a little kind of like, what you mean you checking? What are you checking for? How do you check for whatever you checking for? But I understood at some point that it was a joke. Um and at the time I just assumed that it was a dig back at Kelly. However, K Michelle seemed to have another situation going on, and sounds like
With the hot pocket,
the oyster
being hot.
having a stitch might have hit a nerve in K Michelle's bag, but we don't find out what that is until later. After she tell the girls that she don't feel safe, that that's not a safe group.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a safe group though.
I think what I would say is this. I don't think going on reality TV looking for a fake group is ever a smart thing to do. First. The second thing is nothing, you ain't gave these girls anything to hold for you to not feel safe. For me, what K Michelle showed was all of her insecurities.
Oh yeah, and delusions.
Well, that wraps back down to your insecurities because that's the only
Yes.
reason why you made up this entire scheme
Yeah, you
to
think she
try
made
and
it
set
up?
up.
You think
Baby,
she made
we
it up?
got down to the scheme. Kim or K Michelle has cracked the fucking code. We got down to the scheme, baby. This is the scheme
that time
that
set up,
Todd
huh?
set up.
Girl. I don't know.
Um,
She got the ill nana,
well,
huh? It's the illest.
clearly she feels some type of way about it, you know.
She said she had
Clearly
that
she
thing
feels some type of way
rejuvenated.
about it.
She had it worked on 8 different times. Isn't that what she said?
Now listen, what do we think about this Portia and Kelly beef though? Do we think that is there something there, or does it feel just kind of like orchestrated just to have something?
I don't know. I don't know. I've seen in different comments that it may be a man involved, that they supposed to have dated the same guy anyways. But it's something to me where, you know how they say you're supposed to move past. Last year she asked her why you slept with or took that woman's husband or slept with that woman's husband. And then from there, I don't know. I thought they were all right last year.
I thought they was too. So them coming back with this stuff, it feels like I don't know. It does feel like it's a divide in the group, and it's kind of like Shamia and Kelly against Portia
Everybody.
and whoever the fuck else want to be on Portia.
All of them. What Shamir say they all naked hair models. What is it called? Naked, go naked, naked,
I mean, but
whatever.
she sounded like a hater while she was saying it.
Well, this the truth though, because you got Angela big ass over there. I feel like being the damn lap dog now. I do. And she got to run it back. Just like what Stacey said, you got to run back and tell your master or you tell your boss. And she had to run it back.
I don't think now this is where I don't think I agree. Now, I agree that, and I think everybody agrees, Angela is the bone collector. And I agree that she brings the shit back to the group. And what she brings back gets it started. But what I'm not going to agree with is that she's doing that like because she don't have shit to give.
What is she giving? The Fangela?
Listen, she got stuff to give because these ladies is full of shit. And see, if K Michelle would get on her shit, she might be one that could team up with Angela and be the ones calling motherfuckers out on their shit.
But Angela, okay, but she's only calling, who else she calling out? She only running back and telling Portia them. She's not getting information from Portia and taking it back to Shamia and them. No.
What information would that be?
She ain't gonna tell it. Whatever conversations they have, she ain't go back and say.
Okay, so when we watch Housewives, we gotta go back to the rule of thumb. If it's not on camera, it didn't happen.
Okay. Well, they ain't never discussed first.
Okay, so
they ain't never discussing them, but she's always prodding the other girls.
Saying about Shamia, we got Shamia on camera multiple times.
That was last year.
Even this year, I do think that, okay, so let's get to Angela kind of calling Shamia out, I guess, in a way. You know, where
about making the faces.
So once we get to let's how did they end up separating? And because K Michelle come down for breakfast, right, out the clear blue sky. And the girls are, just kind of. They
had to go upstairs and
with her.
Phaedra had to go up there and check on her because she wasn't down yet.
Mm-hmm. Right, so, while all the girls are down. Mm-hmm. So she finally come down. And so the girls are kind of like, hey, how was your night? Woo, because on any vacation that you're on, I don't give a fuck if it's girls, boys, animals, whatever. It does seem like you're going to gather back with whatever and discuss. So anyway, so they ask her how was her night. So she break down into tears, honey, like, everybody confused. The audience, the people in the room. Hell, I'm surprised that nobody dropped their fucking camera. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
And what she say?
Well, what she said was,
y'all plotting on my pain.
Yeah, right. What she said was,
it's smiling in my face.
That Ty set up for the bullshit. That's what she said. It was a scheme that Ty set up for the bullshit. But yeah, they plotting on her name, and she know who they are. Because somebody called her and told her last night and gave her the play.
Girl, like Carlos said, she should have let the play happen.
Hey, babe, you the dumbest motherfucker ever. But even so, and here's the other part about that, because anybody with half a brain would have just known that. Like, right, let the shit play. But you so caught up about your stinking ass pussy.
Girl,
because we never really would have known or remembered that shit if you didn't just regurgitate all
I
of
did
that
remember because I
out.
mentioned it on our live before. I did remember. That's the only thing I really, I didn't know too much about her, but I did remember hearing that.
That's funny that you did because I forgot any inkling about it.
So that's why when she made that face, I said, "Oh, she's thinking about herself or what was said." You know. So, but yeah, I mean, for the masses,
She a
no one.
therapist, not a
Yeah.
producer.
So for most people, no, I would have never brought it on TV. I don't give a damn. Pocket could have been hot right then. I wouldn't have been.
What you say, hot right there.
Is that true?
Well,
What I
that's
always
what it
say?
was given. Because baby, if you got a whole new vagina and it ain't stinking no more, why the fuck do you remember that shit?
I don't know.
What
I just would not. I would have never said that. I would have never.
you say? You say I don't know.
Girl, I mean, I'm like, this is what we going at. I know Kelly just mentioned about the Cheeto. I mean, but it was, her and they was going back and forth. But to come out and say this about yourself when nobody was really I don't think Portia had the slightest idea, unless
I feel like Portia found out last or on Sunday with the rest of us. I think that, and this is what's making this season very interesting because I think that we are in for a wonderful reunion. I mean, that's if K Michelle can handle it.
girl.
Because the only way that it's not is for her to not show up.
So do they have reunions on Love and Hip Hop? Is that a
Yeah,
reunion
they
show?
do.
Oh, okay.
But now it's funny that you say that because damn, do I remember her? Honey, Stevie and shit, once they came on, Stevie J and Jocelyn, I feel like they just took over the reunion. So even if she was sitting there, I can't remember shit that was going on with her.
So I don't know, girl.
But I agree with Portia in her tweet. See, it doesn't matter what the fuck they was over there doing on Love and Hip Hop. It don't even fucking matter because
Hmm.
it's a new day now, and we do shit over here a little bit different. And you got to find out because on this reunion, like I said, we might not get to the bottom of shit, but we gonna bring it up. Now, we might not settle no shit. I agree.
I don't
Wendy
know.
might have to move on in the middle of some shit. Like, well, we just gonna move on, but we are gonna bring it up, motherfucker.
Yeah, so she
So,
was so Kate Michelle was speaking in riddles and parables. Nobody knew what she was talking about. Angela was over there like, hell no, just eat, girl.
Pinky ass got sick from the tequila. That happened the night before, but I gotta mention Pinky. Pinky, we know she was hot and wild on the last episode, honey. Tequila
Yeah.
took her down. She got her a well deserved break.
Girl, but she didn't eat nothing. All that vegan food. The only thing she can get was
That's
she had some
right.
French
Yeah,
fries,
French fries and yeah, some
nothing
bread.
else.
I don't even know if she can eat the bread, honey. Poor thing.
No,
What you say? No, right? Ain't that
no.
it? Poor thing.
I don't know.
Um.
So after that, the women they separated and they went outside, and some went to I think it was Cynthia's room, and they talked about it. And um, oh goodness, Kay Michelle goes on to explain about the takedown that's supposed to be happening, and it's supposed to be Drew, Portia, and Phaedra. So then the
Yeah.
So then the other ladies are up in Cynthia's room, and Big Angela is saying that, hey, Shamia's making those faces, and I believe it was Shamia. So Shamia's went from being the girl that's the lap dog, so now she pulling the puppet strings. She putting the battery in K Michelle back now. Not.
I
Not.
feel this way. I don't think she's putting a battery in K Michelle's back, but what I think, and it's human nature, is anytime people have common enemies, they they will get together based off that commonality.
True. But far as them, Angela is believing that
Angela just called
Shamia
it how she saw it
that
because
is
what she said. Now here's the deal. What she called was right. What is it that she has said that hasn't been right? She just like that's one thing about it about being somebody intuitive and will and in that sense I think where Angela gets misread is because she can stand on her own, right? Maybe she's so big that can't nobody fit around her. Like if somebody want to throw that in as a dig. But what I am saying is like she'll need, a peanut gallery to back her up about whatever it is that she feeling. So
okay,
if
but it's still I still don't believe. Okay, so when we get to the part where Shamia calls court and won the whole court, and
in her
when
thumb, honey, nonetheless.
so wins to clear her name, Angela is saying just because Kay confided in Shamia, like Shamia needs to bring it to the group. Why?
I don't think that
That's
now
what that's
I
the way
would
I
have to
took
go
it.
back and
That's
rewatch
what she
that
was saying.
because that's not the way that I took what Angela was saying. I think that Angela was saying that wherever so because K Michelle came out her bag, okay, and left the girls confused with I know somebody in here plot and woo 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 and the way that these girls came and wanted to cower around her. What I am saying, they want to take care of her, which is batshit crazy that K Michelle can't realize that and you trying to figure out who the fuck you can pick a beef with so that you can show up as I don't even know if that's the real you, but that's who you comfortable being.
Hmm.
So you need to show up as whoever you sit in your comfortability. Um, and with that being said, you you done made up some shit. It feels made up. And she has adapted to Shamia. So Shamia, it goes back to the friend of everyone, right? Shamia is in this role of you don't seem to have an opinion about anything. That would be the only way that you're able to navigate a group and get along with everybody in the group is that you don't have an opinion. So what we do know to be a fact is that her and Portia are not friends. So there's an immediate divide where Shamia and Kelly, because they have, clicked up. And now it is K Michelle. It seems like K Michelle is on that end. So what I'm saying is like I look at Drew and Angela as being neutral. They seem to be on that side most of the time because these other bitches is tripping. And it ain't like we just on this side because these other bitches is tripping. Like ain't no way to be
No,
on
because
this
they
side.
know everything they say to them, they gonna run it back, and that's her tagline. She's running it back. She couldn't wait to go up there and tell them that Kelly said freaking frat was whack. She couldn't
But,
wait to
but it
say,
doesn't matter because Kelly couldn't wait to say it.
okay, but still. So why did you?
Okay, but
Yeah,
this my
the
point.
thing
We
of it
are on
is,
a television show. That goes back
yes,
to K. Michelle sitting out there like she weekend at Bernie's and shit. You sitting up there.
but But still, Angela she's too busy trying to run back and forth. She goes over there
Well,
and
because
asks
if
the
she
girls
did
leading
not,
questions.
there wouldn't be anything that they was talking about at the table.
Okay, so I feel like Shamia has learned her lesson from last year, and
No, Shamia has not.
she's not telling it to Angela.
Well, she learned her lesson about talking to Angela. But what
Yes.
I am saying is she has not learned her lesson. And the reason why is because she has found a lapdog of her own.
And Portia ain't got one. It is
All I said
Angela.
is she done found a lapdog of her own.
So
And
I
so
mean, but
what
why
I
you
am
say she didn't
saying
learn her
is
lesson? What?
everything that somebody that Kelly is regurgitating at Portia is what her and Shamia sit up and talk about or
Well,
have talked about. Because I'm not going to imagine that all of the conversation is just around Portia.
but you like what you said. We ain't say it didn't happen.
No, right. No, you're right. That's why I said I'm not going to imagine that that's all that they do. But I feel like what I'm talking about is human nature.
But
That's
I don't
human
think
nature.
that.
Is the fact that she gave the information to the strangers without ever knowing them. You can't tell me she ain't sitting up there.
But the problem that Shamia, I mean, excuse me, that Kelly and Portia is having is not because of Shamia. It's because Portia's got her together at the little dirty tea and said she was sleeping with a married man. I don't think they would be having an issue if this would not happen. So I don't think that Kelly would be just spraying, because she wasn't doing that before, was she?
No, I don't feel. I mean, outside of being the one to ask her like why she slept with a married man, like I think that there is something, and maybe this is part of the production of it all. Maybe whatever this beef is, because going back to the guy calling Portia or however way she got this information, like I'm just not buying it. I don't know at the age that we are. I'm not sure who's calling around, having those type of conversations. Maybe I'm being naive because I'm not a
Especially a
reality
married man
television
cheating on
star.
his wife.
Huh?
As especially a married man cheating on his wife.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, I just don't
Yeah,
know who doing that shit for real.
I don't know.
Um, so it feels far fetched, but I do think that there is just animosity in general. And what I am saying is whether Kelly started it or not, the fact that she is close to Shamia and Portia are not friendly anymore. And Shamia has already proven herself to be um, just very loose with the information she would give. So going back to whenever we get down to this egregious thing, I'm using
Portia words.
Mia's word. No, because I wasn't it Shamia that said, oh no, it was
It's
Portia
Portia.
egregious. But yeah, let's just see what it is. Because
Yeah.
I feel like whatever it was last season, we was kind of like girl bye. But let's see what it is that took place. Because like I told you, my prediction is that it has to deal with something that's very personal. That's that she didn't feel like she would break. Cause there's no reason you would get upset with somebody even if y'all not friends no more. There's no reason you get that upset with somebody to where you feel like you would say we are never coming back. Well, unless there was a line that was crossed, and the line has to be that you disclose information I felt like you shouldn't have. Now, what that information is, who knows? It might have something to do with Simon. And I'm only saying because it's the thing that everybody want to throw back in Portia's face. It's the latest thing that happened because that's the deal when we working with television is you really only remember the last thing that happened. That's why everybody's sitting around trying to figure out well, why Phaedra didn't want to say who it was. Phaedra didn't want to say who it was when she said she heard the motherfucker said Portia, Candy wanted to take Portia down to the dungeon. She didn't want to say who told her that either.
It was said. I heard it too. No, you
Well, and
said
all
you
I'm
got it
saying is,
forbid.
and even though that was a decade ago, but that's the way TV worked.
Yes.
Like sitcoms, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're not really, unless they giving you the thread, you ain't supposed to remember what they said back then, because we on a whole new season and a whole new thing going on. So that's where I'm at with it. Like, Shamia is trying way too hard still again. I don't think she needed to pull them to the side in her swimming suit before they were trying to get ready for a gala, and let me clock this, because that motherfucking shade was so fucking shady. I ain't sure if nobody called it. Because when she said, "Oh, I'm about to let you know, but I need a drink first," baby, because that bitch is thirsty. Who
said that?
Angela. She said it to Shamia. She said, I can't remember. I gotta remember what was said, but first she said, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you, but I need a drink first." And she took her water and took a sip, and then that's when she got back to whatever the fuck she was saying to Shamia. Cause it was in that same thing. Yeah.
Oh, I ain't paying
But
attention.
I clocked it. I clocked it. Cause Shamia thirsty than a bitch. The thirstiest. Okay.
I think her and Portia are one and the same. I seen Portia out there running in a thong with her daughter out there. She made a video of it. And I thought, why would she wear a thong? Well, that's her. So I think they both one and the same. They bosom buddies or were bosom buddies, and they do the same thing. And she said, "I got my body done, and y'all gonna see it, honey." And that's what she did.
I didn't say that. Okay, here's the deal. Running around on the beach or at the pool and having a good time in your swimming suit.
She wasn't. She was in the backyard. She went on the beach.
Well, she got a swimming pool in her backyard.
Yes,
Like,
man, was at the
out,
swimming
girl.
pool.
Cut it out. But
She was
what
at the
I
swimming
am
pool.
saying is that is totally different than you. Y'all was supposed to be getting ready for a gala. That lady just dismissed y'all and told y'all to go see Glam. You went over to that pool house like you was about to sit out for the pool, and then decided to come and gather these people for a house meeting. And so right, we're not gonna say that that's the same thing as I'm chilling out on a day in my backyard, barbecuing, doing whatever the fuck, and running all over this bitch in this beautiful, pretty. Like, that's not the same thing. That's not
saying it is the same thing, because she said she was at the pool. So she said, "Y'all gonna see this black ass today."
Because I need a drink.
Go ahead and drink. Drink up. Because that's what the fuck she said, honey. And she said she gonna clear her name, and honey, they gonna watch her black ass do it.
Now, do we think that was the air clear?
I think it got a little functified with K. Michelle. But she got her name cleared. I don't believe she was telling K. Michelle those things.
I don't think so. Well, yeah, I don't think so at all either. But I do think that it is common for people to link together who have common enemies. I thought getting on to K. Michelle, having her moment against Drew. And again, I'm tired. I'm tired of the girls coming for Drew. Drew is not my favorite person, but and maybe Drew do be playing whatever, the little game. But I'm tired of y'all feeling like she the easy target, because baby, that smoke you gave that morning and on later on before y'all got to the gala. Uh, that was for Portia, and I'm just trying to figure out why you didn't turn and say that to her. Why did you decide to jump across the table and bring it to Drew?
I don't even know because this show is getting scared. Cause I was like, Portia holding her, and I'm like, she's sitting here got the issue with Portia and Phaedra, but you taking it all out on Drew.
And it was saying to me that if Portia put her hands on you, if you had this thought that she was plotting and planning against you, that would piss you off even more. Like,
Yeah,
bitch, because you just sat and raved about don't be smiling up in my face and I see the whole plot.
because that would have been, I wouldn't want you to touch me, so you would have known that. Yeah, it's you,
Listen,
bitch.
that's how I roll. That's how I roll. If I'm gonna run around being passive aggressive and I'm not gonna say it, but you put your hands on me, you about to find out now
Yeah,
that I'm talking about you,
you.
bitch. Like
Yes,
you
they feel like you, bitch.
get your fucking hands off me. You know, like you got to find out now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think for me, K Michelle is a dud. I think that she is a one trick pony. That one trick is anger. Let me cut you down. Um, I know that a lot of people say like, "Oh, we all enjoy K Michelle because she was funny and stuff." I don't necessarily know if maybe some stuff she said was funny. I think I'm a people watcher in general, so I think that that's why I kind of watch a lot of shows that I watch. With that being said, I don't know that I ever walked away from that show feeling like K Michelle was funny. I think she says some funny things, but I think she cuts deep. And for you to do that, especially to strangers, you know what I'm saying? Um, you holding on to a lot of insecurities in yourself. Going back to that oyster thing, because baby, you spilled a whole lot of tea
On
that
yourself.
you just could have waited for somebody to bring it to the table if that's what was gonna happen. But baby, you and then you spill instead of spilling it to the 5 people you on this trip with, you just spilled it out to
Everybody.
get reignited, and so what they going to do? Find the fucking clip, like here you go, K Michelle. You wanted the Housewives, you got it. And yeah, we do things different over here. You should have came down. You should have called Portia out um immediately. But I wonder if we get it at any point. It doesn't feel like it seemed like it. Y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all think. From that Twitter exchange, it didn't feel like there was ever anything that K Michelle brought to Portia.
No, because I'm still trying to figure out who the man was.
What man?
The man she talked about in that Twitter exchange.
Oh, right. That you slept with my ex while I like, girl.
Some
For
people
all
saying,
we know, that could have happened to her, or maybe she just making this shit up so she can make another like country song. Or so I don't know. They
also it
could
might
have
not even
easily
have nothing
been
to do
on
with.
the table.
Did she?
Unhinged is what she's giving me.
Did she at Portia with that or no?
No, I think she did. I
Oh,
think
okay.
she did. Which that's fine, but I agree with part. Well, going back to it, bitch, don't at me 7 fucking months later about some shit that you was sitting in the next room for.
Girl, I don't
What
know.
we say? Is you cool?
No, girl, her hot pocket is hot. She Delulu. Go ahead, sing your song,
What
Drew.
you say? No. What you say?
Delulu.
But yeah, bitch, is you cool?
No, she
Cause
ain't.
baby, honey, your slip is showing. Your slip is showing. I want the real K Michelle to please stand up. I don't know who the fuck that is. If it's somebody who thrives in conflict and you gotta cuss all the girls out, then do that, I guess. I'm not saying that that is where I want to see her in. I was excited to get to know this K Michelle that she keep telling us that she is, but I find that she's having a hard time being that K Michelle, and I am confused by that because I don't know why it would be so hard for you to be yourself, and it's not like the Trish um, situation where I would give Trish the and it's a small benefit of the doubt. But the benefit of the doubt with Trish is that it's your first time on television. Fine. It's your first time filming with camera. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit. So you freeze up like a turtle. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, fine. But I'm not understanding what the hell is going on with K Michelle. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. She's insecure. She needs a therapist. But, at the end of the day, let me say this. I'm enjoying the season. I'm enjoying the cast.
I am too.
It has brought back the funny. Even when it comes to delusional, because we do like seeing the housewives crash out. Like we do.
I just don't like saying it. Like I said earlier when we spoke, I felt like K Michelle at the breakfast table was giving us Angela Massey. And I'm like, if she's this emotional and this sensitive, she need not to be on this damn show. And it just seems like, what do they call her? Igor? Eeyore? Angela, the Winnie the Pooh character. Eeyore?
Who they call? They call that K Michelle that?
No, Angela Massey that. Because Eeyore
Oh,
always...
yeah. Because he always... Right,
Yeah.
yes, girl. Oh, my God. I didn't know that nobody was...
Yeah, they was calling her that.
Oh, my God. That is... Oh, my God. That's perfect. Because, like that's why I'm like, yeah, because he always walking around...
So yeah, that's what K Michelle was giving at that day. When she started crying, I was like, get her off my TV screen. Get her off I can't take this. Cause it just like everybody was confused and Angela was like what are we doing here? What is you crying about? I thought she was gonna cry on the bus too, on the Sprinter.
Listen, I thought it was I ain't never seen K Michelle cry. I mean, maybe I don't know, maybe she did squeeze some tears out in all the years that we watched her on one of these shows, but that what she did there, yeah, that was different. And right, then you but to find out that the tweet that you sent out was minutes before you moped your ass. Will the real K Michelle please stand up? My deal with K Michelle, she gives me like Kenya vibes. And not in that whole Kenya is polarizing always. And she's aware of everything. Maybe it's because she is a producer. So I'm saying like Kenya is always on. K Michelle certainly doesn't have that factor, but she does have this like negative, dark, cloud type of factor that she seems to come in and bring. And that's what I'm saying. Like, in my opinion, I was, and I think K Michelle just really underestimated the fans of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because I think she's too far in her head, but she underestimated us to think that there was not room, no matter who had saw her from wherever she had been previous, that there was not room for her to come in and show us herself. You know, I think she has failed at that. I was enjoying the first couple episodes, and I did say, but not too much on the whole butt injections and all of that, because if you follow K Michelle, this has been an ongoing, like, I'm ready to get on with it. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that her butt is still leaking. I hope it's not today. Um, let's hope that when she get ready to sit on that reunion couch, she ain't gotta wear a diaper. You know what I'm saying? While she's sitting on there.
Girl.
Cause she in, cause listen, she in for a treat. Cause I guarantee you, whatever fucking reunion shit they taping on this shit ain't nothing like what she did over there with Love and Hip Hop. I guarantee. At least she won't have to run for her life though. But anyway,
Oh,
um,
God.
but anyway, I'm looking forward to the reunion because I'm looking forward to what it is. Now this shit is playing out. Now y'all got to come. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the only way for you to not address these things head on is for you to not show up.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's K Michelle's first reunion. I can't say what type of girl she is. I don't know if she gonna thug it out or not. Cause baby, Weekend at Bernie's is just over there going along for the ride, as far as we can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, unless it's not beating on Drew's head. And again, I think that going for Drew is such an easy, lazy.
Especially with this type of situation, it's not even nothing that deep. I mean, I could see if Drew actually did something. Whatever she said did not merit this kind of response at all.
No, I
So
agree.
it's just no. I don't know.
Now, what did you think? The ladies look wonderful going to the event, honey. Listen, let me say this real quick. That damn JC when Cynthia was on that phone, she said, "Is he crying?"
They say I watched another live. They say he was on Chasing Atlanta, I think. It's a little YouTube reality show, and he was on there crying too. They said so he always cried.
Okay, that's his little thing. Okay.
Okay.
But I thought, and I'm
Or
only
Chasing Dallas,
laughing
I think. Chasing
because I
Dallas.
just thought to myself, like, poor baby, like this was his first time. You know, just even in the vicinity, you know that this is for Housewives, you know, and just taking on all that pressure and just breaking, like, you know, poor baby. She says,
I'm like, but they said hurricane. Those things are forecast days out. So, and if you're planning an outdoor event, you always should have a backup. So I'm like,
girl,
okay,
we
trying.
talking about Cynthia. We watched her playing that fucking wedding in the middle of COVID, honey. Cynthia gonna have what she want, and she don't give a fuck what is going on. The hurricane will need to come for her to come up with another.
I'm like, okay. Yeah, but I thought the ladies looked nice. They were giving, some people said Shamia looked a mess, but she was giving 80s. The big, ugly hair, it was giving the 80s for me.
You know, I would say this. I'm not really sure if it matched her aesthetic, but I do agree going along with the theme, I got it. Yeah, like
Uh-huh.
so to your point, I'm not necessarily kind of like, oh, she was like no, I got where she was coming and going with it.
Uh-huh.
Dallas is everybody in Texas, you know, everything's big in
Big
Texas.
girl,
And that's
yes.
what they tease their hair, baby. You know what I'm saying? So the like you said, it was very still in that era of like dynasty, but I
Mhm.
think it was more given just that country Texas big hair.
Aquanet spray.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Type of, for sure.
Teased.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I thought the ladies looked nice, and I was just shocked that Drew just got there when it was over with. Cause I'm like, okay, I think I was scrolling on my phone, but I understood that. I think she said she had a headache or whatever.
That's what she said.
I'm like, okay. I like how they did have the police escort. But I was like, yeah, they got a police escort. They got all these diamonds.
Well, that's what I was going. That's what I was going to say. Is that right? You know, when you borrow jewelry like that, and especially for the amounts that they had,
uh,
usually there is security that
hmm
is with a person. And so right. But here's the thing. Let's talk about Cynthia's trip. Because I think I've saw maybe on Carlos where they was kind of trying to compare it to Angela's trip, from Potomac. Um, I don't think it. I don't think it holds a candle in either way. I don't
Only thing
feel.
I would say when I watched Make It Make Sense, and he actually found exactly where that house was, and it was an hour outside of Dallas. So, and that's why, when they first was getting there, like, damn, well, how long is it gonna take for us to get here? And I guess was saying, damn, she could have chose any other spot,
Well, I think that people no, like, stop. Let's just stop right here. I am so sick of us, and especially when we talk about other bloggers, having commentary about certain things that take place with the housewives, as if you don't know at least some of the behind the scene things. And when I say that, I've never worked for the housewives. I don't know if he has or not, but what I am saying is, like, there's some common knowledge that we all know. And what I'm getting to with that, when you got 6, 7 fucking females that you're trying to house, like, the only way people get 10 and 15 rooms is to build the house themselves. Those are not houses just readily available for somebody to come in and rent, so I think that we don't leave enough room to understand that no matter where these girls go, it doesn't matter if it's 7 or 8 fucking cast members. There's always going to be a room that people need to bunk up in. It's always going to be something. So I just don't, and like, where is this house supposed to magically manifest for them to all have what they want?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it was an hour away. And I'm pretty
Well,
sure they could have found a
I
house
think
in
that's
Dallas.
okay too.
Well, that was the whole issue
Because the only time you
with
don't get houses, well, and we can know that from just living where we live. The only time you get houses that look like that is the further out you go, because you can
from
build
Dallas, the
something
big
like
city.
that. Not well, city living is way different.
No, not down there. Girl, everything big there. All them big houses, even my cousins live in Houston. So all I can go by is Houston and San Antonio where I have business.
But I'm kind of telling you what I'm saying is a metro area. I don't like even in Indy. Indy is not considered a big city. But what I am saying, because when I say that, that's not to knock Indy down. That's not a dig. Because Indy is holding its own, right? You know what I'm saying? It's holding its own. But also, there's a, like, metro, when you get into a metro area. And so, because we use these words and we interchange them, you know what I mean? Like, so city and community and, areas and stuff. So that's what, when you get into the metro area, the metro where the buses are running, you can get, public transportation. Like, even where I live now, this is not an ideal.
Well, I'm not talking about inner city Dallas. They have outskirts. They say you have to be an hour outside of Dallas in Trump country to they could have found, well, they felt like they could have found something in a better situation, which they wouldn't have had to travel so far. So that's why they are comparing Angel's trip to Cynthia's trip, because it was an hour away from
I
everything.
think we just ain't never paid. No, I think it goes back to the selective outrage. I think that nobody has ever paid enough attention to where they was going and where they was staying per se in other aspects of the trips. For me, Angel's Angela, or what the fuck is that girl name?
Angel,
Okay,
Angel Massey.
her trip was not bad because they were an hour away from the airport. I think there are plenty, like that's what I'm going to. There are plenty of places you can go visit in which you have to fly somewhere, and wherever you going is about an hour away from that. That's normal traveling. What the problem with Angel's trip was that she separated herself and half the group an hour away. It wasn't where they had to travel once they got there. Because once they got there and they was all together and they was all traveling together, it wouldn't matter. Because everybody in this shit together. But you drove us this far or however far they was, and then your house a whole nother hour away. So if we all want to get together, that's damn near 2 hours we need, because we need an hour for you and then an hour going wherever the fuck we finna go. And so what I'm like, for me, I feel like the comparison came more about the separation, about the girls being in the pool house and Pinky having the small house or whatever the house was she had. But I didn't buy into that either, because again, the difference is they all on the same property. Like,
Yeah.
I think that there could have been, like, you go somewhere, let's say it's a campground or something, like, and everybody had their own whatever unit or
Like
whatever.
they did on Married to Medicine when they went to
Right. Yeah. Like
the
those
dude
those
ranch.
things are way different, and that does not create this type of separation that I believe Angel's Trip created. Because again, you separated you and half the girls from the group an hour away from even where they were. So they would have to wait an hour just to get with y'all so y'all could all go travel wherever you going together. It was a total inconvenience.
I
And I
think
don't
also
care.
when they were comparing that Shamia and Kelly's room was not cleaned, and the issues that was going on at the Airbnb.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not buying that either. I'm not going for that either. Again, I think that anybody, like, I think that anybody would go into a room and know if it's clean or dirty. Now, whether you have your own, because I know that some people are more nitpicky than others. And what do I mean by nitpicky? Well, what I mean is, right, you can see whatever. It could have been your own fucking dust you just did, but now you sitting analyzing, looking for something to be wrong, and you see a little sweep of dust on your stuff, and now the room is filthy, it's dirty. Oh my god, I can't stay here. Oh my god. Girl, bye.
it was a bed had spots on it, girl, and the shower was dirty. Is what they said. I don't know. The first thing I'm looking for when I go to a hotel, I am looking at the bed. Point blank.
I
Period.
look at the bed
Yeah,
too,
that's
but
at least the first thing I
I'm
look at.
generally looking for bed bugs. And really, like, I'm looking forward to, for me, it's like the age old saying, like, you go looking for something, you're gonna find it.
Well,
Like, no,
if I
you
find it
know
on the
that you are
bed,
somewhere that consumes, public whatever. So yeah, like having this, like hierarchy of, Let me get the white glove. Clean it yourself if that's what you want.
Where's they gonna wash the covers at?
I mean, but if that's your standard, then you need to go prepare clean shit yourself.
Well, no. We staying somewhere this damn nice. I think the damn cover shouldn't have no spots on it. Because I'm pretty sure it costs an arm and a leg to rent.
Well, all I'm saying is this. I feel like I'm just going to use myself as an example. If I were in a place and I go through and I determine like, oh, everything is good. And then the people come and somebody say like, well, my room is dirty. And I'm kind of looking like, well, I looked at it like I didn't necessarily see it. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not dirty, but to the other person's standard, you know what I mean, of whatever dirty is. But that's what I mean. I think that I really do think that most of us have a very reasonable and good idea about what's unacceptable. But then you have a place where I've been around people like that just have a exaggerating personality. So I don't like.
But would you think that?
I don't know because I think what I'm getting to is we didn't see it. This dirt that the dirt and how filthy this place is, we didn't see it, and I do really believe
they showed pictures of it.
Huh?
They had pictures of it.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, because I feel like whatever you saying is something that they played in the episode, and I'm kind of feeling like whatever they showed in the episode, I still didn't leave feeling with the same.
I would say this: when they kept saying that accommodations that they're used to, and knowing that how Shamia lives, so.
But okay,
I'm just being for real.
No, but you're not at your house.
And yeah, but still, we at a $14 million home.
But you're not at your house.
True.
And you didn't pay.
They don't live rent either.
Like, no, girl, no.
Yes,
not the girl who worked every fucking where, who hosted a whole fucking meeting in an actual bathing suit and a thong. You not finna get me to separate these two people and decide that all of a sudden she has this expectation of excellence. Because when you get down to it, that is what that would mean. See, I don't play games about
No. Because if I'm going somewhere and staying, it's better be to the standard of where I'm living.
No, and only if you're paying for it. Because if you're coming in on somebody else's trip, you cannot determine that the way you live is the way that they're supposed to provide your accommodation.
We're all supposed to be on the same level. We're all supposed to be on the same level. So if we're all on the same level, then the same accommodations that was in that house should be in the same accommodation that was out in that pool house. I don't think the pool house looked bad, but if no one had a problem in the inside, then the same standard for the inside should have been out there. Is what I'm saying.
And what I'm saying is that I think the girls was just making a big deal. I think Cynthia called it right when she said Shamia is feeling some type of way. Shamia has wearing her feelings on her sleeve since she got on here, and I agree with that. Shamia felt like, I think in the group, it felt like them being in the pool house was something like being banished and not being able to
I do. I feel
deep
that way. Yeah, I feel
in
that way too.
participation with the rest
Because
of
K
the
Michelle
group.
should have been out there at that pool
But
house.
this is what I'm going back to also. There is some sort of separation that ain't nobody talking about, including Angela, which is Portia and Shamia. They're not talking to each other. So I'm saying that them going to, if there was a separate quarters, them being in the separate quarters really was for that reason. Cause y'all are like, and what we, cause the housewives, uh, excuse me, K Michelle called it out, like, oh, y'all really just cuss each other out and then go back to it. They do it all the time, but this is how you know that what Portia and Shamia going through is like deep because they not doing that shit. They not cackling with each other like, oh, bitch, it's cool, because it ain't cool.
True. So they should have both been in the house. I mean, so everything they're gonna do, if
Well,
they're
I'm
not,
saying, but
but they're not being combative with each other.
even if they had a house where everybody could stay in, then there would have been people bunking up. So just like we went through the whole thing with the bunk beds and all of it, like my point really is that when we are looking at the housewives and these trips and things, like there is no way to fit all of the
I
housewives in the
understand
house.
that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is too, the hierarchy, because evidently K Michelle was put on a hierarchy compared to Shamia.
Well, we saw that by the way they treating her.
So I would have, me personally, I probably would have felt away like, bitch, damn. She in the house, I'm over here. I think if they would have stuck with the newbies all being over here, and then I don't think it would have been too much of an issue because
Yeah,
you'd be
I
like,
can see
okay,
that. Yeah.
if the newbies are all over here, fine. Then the other people, but for K Michelle to be over there, Delulu, and she should have been over here bunking, probably with one of the other two, is what I'm saying. And I think that then it would have been okay. Portia and Shamia are not. They're not having any conversations at all. So they're not at each other's neck. So they can coexist around each other. I even noticed when a lot of the times when the shit was popping off with other people, Shamia stood over there by Portia. She even sat over there by them. So I'm just saying that if it was a trip I was planning, and it seemed like Cynthia was uncomfortable saying to put the two girls over there in the first place. I don't know if it was production or whoever.
Wait a minute, y'all. I think Dr. Heavenly won her seat.
She won the primary.
Okay, okay. Okay, no.
No,
Okay,
she
so she
lost.
didn't. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Look, I was about to get excited for her, but you know
damn it.
what?
She gonna
I'm
be
proud
back.
of her though.
She did a good job. I done watched her twice today on
Yeah.
her lives. I was hoping she won. So it was the new girl that they put all the money behind.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but like all of this shit is like, you know, it's a game, like,
Yeah,
and you got to play to win, you know what I mean? And the game is not always fair,
yeah,
but in the words of Shannon Sharp, you can win any game as long as you know the rules,
yeah.
like as long as you know the rules. Bringing us to this whole situation where K Michelle then popped out her bag on Drew, because she has this plot, the scheme that Todd set up, honey, the scheme that Todd set up about Portia and Drew, you
And
know,
Phaedra.
oh right, and Phaedra, um, uh,
Plotting
bringing up this old rumor, and then Drew trying to connect her with Black, to make it seem like she has something going with Black. Girl, not even realizing, like, none of us even give a fuck about
about
that. Like,
Black.
I don't even
Not
know why
even.
we didn't worry about, even if it was something that they was scheming to pull out. Girl, let them do it. But she's so paranoid and
I
insecure.
mean, but she didn't even take her own advice because the advice she gave Shamia about
Right.
about she didn't popped out the bag on Drew, but you told Shamia, hey, you don't want to keep beefing with her, stop it. But that I just this Black thing, I don't know, unless something else was going on between her and Black. That's the only thing I could think of to make her this crazy about it because it seems too thin for the girl to
Yeah,
just say y'all was
I
friends.
think it's such a reach. Um, I think that K Michelle she's giving me disappointment. I because I actually have watched her, like I said, on Love and Hip Hop on her own show. I feel like I'm probably more of a K Michelle fan as far as reality TV goes than I am of her music, right?
Oh,
And that's not a dig to her. All I'm saying is like she got a couple songs and that's
yeah,
about it for me.
yeah.
And that's that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that on that.
And the
Um,
one thing too, remember how she was shocked that the white lady knew Fader? I'm like, girl, well, you think
Which
the
that's why I'm going to the whole persona of the housewives to me. That fed into that, like, okay, like you seem to have this idea that you have come up with because I don't know who gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like now, housewives being upper echelon, like I said, in the reality TV world, sure. Um, but it doesn't deny what the audience want from the cast members, and at the very least we want you to show up and participate and not be having a whole show in your own head that we don't know about because we can't follow that.
girl.
I'm
She
just
said,
saying we can't follow what's going on in your head
she said, I'm gonna tweet it out.
7 months later, right? Like,
Girl.
and we still can't follow.
We
Um,
couldn't follow when she was tweeting in real time. We know what the
Well,
hell she was
right,
talking
that's
about.
right. We couldn't follow then. We can't
Can't
follow
follow
now.
now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't really sure if because I'm almost certain K Michelle is very good at that. She one of them people that's gonna tell you the excuse and the explanation about why she behaved some way, as opposed to just really having a true conversation about what happened. Um, so I don't know. Again, I'm enjoying the season. I didn't like K Michelle giving Drew all that energy. I think that K Michelle is scared of Portia. Uh, intimidated is
Intimidated.
the word that I have been using. So I'm gonna take the scare back. And I'm also not sure if intimidated is the right reason. I've been pondering and thinking um about the word or a word that would suit what it is that I see her doing. But at this point, intimidated is the closest that I've come up with. And the reason why I don't really want to go for intimidated, because I just really do believe that when people have, certain things going on themselves, that it can be possible, right?
Yeah.
But I know that that's not true. So I'm just using that word.
I
But
also
I would love to leave room for, like for that to not even be a thing because why would you be? Like why would you be? Everybody sits in their own lane. Why would you be intimidated by anybody there? You know what I'm
shouldn't be,
saying?
shouldn't be.
Yeah, right. There's no reason to be.
But I really
But
love the fact that how the women, when they came down for breakfast, they were barefaced. And I was like, damn, Phaedra looks so different. But
honey,
she looked
listen.
nice. She looked
But
different,
then
but she
I
looked
tell
nice.
you, even with me with my lashes, girl, I be like, oh my God, I look sick. Like,
I said, look at Phaedra going barefaced. Go ahead. I think I seen her on one other time that she, when somebody, I think, kind of dared her, like, to be without makeup or whatever. But I thought,
mhm.
look at all of them fresh face. And, you know, sometimes I can appreciate when you don't have to see a person all fully glammed all the time. Like, oh, I
Well,
just go.
yeah, because it's nice to get a bit of real life in there, right? Because going back, like, not to bring up Bolo, but even in that season, I think that was the thing that pissed me off so much about Kenya is that next day when she, went on the
Detective
mission,
mode.
like to prove somebody slept with the stripper. And it like there's no denying that Portia is a favorite of mine, but I feel like I've given Portia some criticism, like even outside of her being somebody that I favor. But my point was not that I favor her. It was just like that's not the thing you do on a girl's trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's okay for you to not have agreed with, somebody doing it, but girl, getting up, running around the house, trying to expose the other girl, like, yeah, that's not cool.
No.
And so going to this trip, it's kind of like that, like you said, them coming all down. That's one of the things that feels cohesive and natural because right after y'all hang out for the night, you get up the next morning, y'all lay around, in your stuff, in your whatever, you had your breakfast, y'all talk about whatever, whatever the shit went down the night before.
And nobody usually is coming down crying unless something that happened that's like, oh, some family emergency or something, but not y'all plotting. So it is what it is. Okay, Michelle, how many episodes you think we're gonna have this season?
I mean, I don't know. I would have to look back and see how many we had last season, but I would think at least as many as we had last season. But we'll see. So I'm
Well, I'm
giving
trying to
us
see how she gonna turn this around or what she gonna do.
Well,
How
I'm
many
gonna give
episodes
my
got left?
prediction right now, because I feel confident enough to give it, and I don't really care what happened. I think I'm gonna be proven right. K. Michelle has one button. Her button is anger, and she only thrives in conflict. And I think she's proven it herself, considering she had to give her husband a whole ultimatum to marry him. Like when she was engaged to her person. So yeah, chaos and conflict seem to be her, where she
Okay.
feels comfortable.
Well, I guess. So we'll find out. But yeah, I would give this episode probably about an 8. I thought it was entertaining. I didn't know where we was gonna land. Plus they gave us an extra 15 minutes. I said
Oh, I
that.
didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Yeah, it went off like at 9:15. But yeah, they gave us an extra 15 minutes. And I was like, we was on a roller coaster ride here, honey. I was like, damn,
Baby
damn,
K.
damn.
Michelle is the one that took us there, honey. I listen. That girl need a therapist.
She took us
Or
through there.
actually, let me rephrase that. No, she don't, because she could go see Dr. Cheyenne with that one. She need a psychiatrist. She need the one that could write scripts,
Oh,
because she needs some medication. What she is
well,
going through is mental illness.
it's something because it was a bit much, but it gave a good episode.
But
So
she believe it, and we gonna see. Like we gonna see how I pick up. Drew ain't giving her nothing right now, but we gonna see how I pick up, honey. We gonna
Drew said,
see.
"You got me fucked up."
Now listen. Now, look, that's that Dunbar. I saw that Dunbar a little bit because that's right. And like she said, like where I'm from, honey, like no, you don't get it. Like I'm getting up first. I would agree with that. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree with that. You ain't gonna like even I remember telling my own kids that like you don't stand over me. You know what I'm saying? Like talking or like none of that. Right? No. Yeah. No. What the fuck? Like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So honey, it was about the nuck if you buck. So yeah,
And K
that's
Michelle, but and I don't think K Michelle ready for it. You are like that's what I'm saying. Will the real K Michelle please stand up? Because I feel like what you proven to us is that you've been playing all this time.
well, definitely.
And again, and you only have one button, and it's anger. Like even I want to see K Michelle. I literally want to see whatever like this country music girl. Like I want to see this girl. But all you ever give is angry black woman. And then it's wrapped in the victim.
Mm. Mm. I don't know. Well, good luck with the country music career.
Well, right. Good
Yeah,
luck with that,
good luck.
honey. All right. Well,
Mhm.
I am rating Real Housewives of Atlanta a 8 also. I think the episode was entertaining. I think it was funny. I was not pleased with K Michelle. Y'all already know. And literally she had my mouth like this.
I said, get off my TV screen right now. Oh,
I literally was I had to catch myself because I'm like trying to follow what she said. Honey, I could have been in the room with them. Like all the looks on everybody's faces was just confused, honey. And I was confused too.
he said she got
But K Michelle
confusion.
got it all in all of this time, honey. It only took us a decade. But we have finally cracked the code. Thank you, K Michelle. This is the scheme that Ty set up, baby.
So who would you
Phaedra,
say?
Portia, and Drew got it out for K Michelle.
So who would you say was the MVP of this episode?
Hmm. The MVP of the episode for me is Angela.
It's the damn oysters. What's he talking about?
Ah, you say it's the
Shit.
damn or look. For me, it's Angela because none of this shit would have happened without
Stirring that pot.
Angela.
The oysters set it off, girl.
Well, listen, you right. The
Oh,
oysters was giving main character energy.
who knew? Who knew?
I did because I love me some oysters, baby. I do. I do. As a matter of fact, I got some pictures of me eating some oysters. I think I'm gonna post them just to, like I'm gonna figure out a cute little caption
Oh,
uh,
okay.
to put them with for Housewives or something. But yes, honey, I love oysters.
Girl, is they clean?
Okay, like look, and I'm literally trying to figure out what she got to say about them because I'm like, well, should I be checking them?
I said that went way. I said I ain't know nothing about it because I don't eat them, honey. So maybe that's what we're supposed to have did. Maybe I got some bad ones, but I won't never try it
Yeah, and
again.
like I said, the deal is when you eat, raw fish,
Mm.
like and especially oysters. So, uh, oysters is not something. Whenever you have that, you have to consume it wherever you are.
Yeah,
That's not something you can
you
order
take. Mhm.
out, take with you. You know what I mean? And the point is because it is fresh, and there
Yeah,
is, a lot of I think possibility of yeah,
getting
just
sick. Yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but they are good.
Mm.
I do like them personally. hmm
So
And even if you can get them, like if you can get like the rock oysters Rockefeller, fine. Start off with that.
And guess what I had? I did not like it. Oh
You
my!
didn't
And
like it?
no, and my thing is because I'm not a picky eater, so I eat pretty much everything.
Do
I
you eat
think I
sushi?
yeah.
Okay.
I think I don't like. I don't think of it. I think it was the texture that just. I
So do
just
you eat squid?
I fried. I
So
like
you
them deep
eat,
fried.
well, that's kind of, so you eat calamari, but you don't necessarily eat squid.
Huh?
Would you have
Yeah,
octopus?
I would eat it if it's fried, but I'm not gonna eat. I don't like it. That no, but you know,
Raw.
I yeah, I
Well,
but
you don't like it raw. Now oysters Rockefeller is usually cooked.
yeah,
That's
they
why I
had yeah,
said,
that's what I had though. I had
right.
it was Rockefeller.
Right.
It
That's
was
why I was saying that's why I was kind of saying it that way. Have you ever had fried oysters?
no, that was enough for me. I
Well,
will
maybe
never
try
try it
fried
again.
oysters. I
No,
eat them
I had a bad
fried,
experience. I
honey.
spent all that money and I was
I
like,
eat them out the
ugh.
can, and I have to blame my mama for this. Like I guess rightfully so, because my kids, they eat very similar to me. Like they eat most of the same stuff I eat. Um, but yeah, my mama introduced me to them oysters in the can, baby, when I was a child, and then I got it. Yeah, just upgraded from there.
Mm.
So I love them. hmm I'm always, every time if I go anywhere and I get a chance to have oysters, I'm having them.
Look, so my brothers, I told you they have a restaurant in New York. They deal with a lot of seafood and stuff. They're open one in Atlanta, right there in College Park.
Nice.
Uh-huh. They're my little brother, he'll be moving down there in July.
Okay,
So they're building that.
congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to come look, come down
Did
here
they
for
buy
real.
up Old Lady Gang or Blaze Seafood?
I said I'm gonna have to come down here because they have two of them in New York. So the one's a bigger one. So my brother said my younger brother who has a home here, he said he'll be pretty much going back and forth, always going back to the New York one. And my other brother, he's moving down there, but he said he probably would commute back and forth. Because I'm like, because my brother don't drive. I said, you 6'6", don't drive. But he's been living in New York for like 20 years. So, but he's they building one down there. I'm like, go ahead. I hope it do well.
Yeah, I
But
hope so too.
but the one in New York, I mean, like the line be wrapped around the corner. It just be, I said, dang, they doing really good. So I'm like, congratulations. So look, I
Yes.
hope the little housewives to come over there and have a little thing
Hey,
at the
you
lighthouse.
never know.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. But congratulations to your brothers,
Mhm.
though.
Yes,
We
they're
love to
doing it.
see people doing well and just opening up new businesses and creating new streams of income for
Girl,
us.
yes.
Mhm.
Honey, they getting that legacy money over there. So,
Yeah,
can I borrow some money? My daddy was like,
get it while you can, honey.
yes, yes,
In the
yes.
words of Funky Dineva, get it till the getting's good, and
Yeah.
when it's good, get some
Get
more.
some more. That's right. So yeah, so the trip that my cousins all are doing to New York in August, because she's having her birthday party there. So the one that's having the birthday in Miami, her birthday is not till August. But since my other cousin is having hers in August in New York, so they're having a dinner at my brother's restaurant. So I'm like,
Okay.
oh, okay. So after look, I'm gonna have a lot of content after this Miami weekend. Look. So girl, I'm gonna get up here and try to finish curling this dang on hair. So yeah, so I can't I can't wait until I touch ground in Florida, honey, and so I can have me a nice vacation and not have to deal
Yeah.
with kids.
Well, you enjoy.
I'm gonna try.
Listen, y'all, if you have not already, make sure you like the video, share it out, and subscribe to the channel. We will be back next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we will incorporate love and marriage just to get caught up with that because I have been able, at least as of now, I've been able to get caught up, and I got caught up on the bells. So we'll include the bells also.
Which Bells?
I got caught up on
Mississippi.
both.
Oh, girl, I didn't even watch that other show.
Oh, okay, that's okay. But
I
Stormy is tripping, even though I know everybody rides Stormy's dick, but Stormy is tripping.
I seen
Um,
clips. I seen
yeah,
clips.
Stormy is tripping. And I like Stormy. Don't get me wrong. When I'm like, I say that with love. Like she's tripping, and she
So,
ain't got to. It's like
so do you think the Tiffany character? How do you feel about her? Because when I seen that she was like this kind of like Kojic type lady or whatever, I said when I see these church ladies on these type of shows, I know they're gonna be messy.
Well,
So
I think she for sure was messy. I think she for sure like that's what like the fact that they've had this whole fallout about this mob.
mop.
But I think she for sure said it in a way that was meant to it meant something. I don't like I'm not sure what the offense of it was supposed to be. Maybe the offense was to uh bring you down off your high horse, right? Because what they end up arguing about is the semantics of what the mopping would have represented, which is serving. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where Tiffany is like, well, oh, you have a problem with serving? And so Stormy is kind of like, bitch, don't play with me. Like, you know damn well, like this was not about serving. Like you came to me about mopping the floor because you wanted to demean me, and I believe that. I believe that was what the intent was behind the comment for sure. But for me, where Stormy is concerned, and one thing, now listen, I'm petty Betty, and I can get petty with the best of them. But also, I think that when I feel that I'm in a position where I think so highly of myself against somebody else, and you somebody who I ain't really got a whole lot of anything with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need for me to really kind of go there and prove anything to you. Um, then I won't, and I feel like for me, Stormy is doing a lot to try to prove to this girl that she the head bitch in charge.
Oh,
And I think that she like it for me it's the wrong move. And also because, going back to Stormy stint on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I feel like she felt that way coming in there with especially with her and Melody's fallout and stuff. So I think like I got a feeling that she's going into this show really wanting it to be understood and known that she's the head bitch.
I thought she was. See, I ain't watched it. I thought it was kind of built around her. Or she's
Well,
the name.
I think essentially the concept for sure is, but I'm talking about once you get into the cast members.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that because to me that's what that conflict between her and Tiffany that's that's what it boiled down to. Like what we call it with me and y'all having a pissing
Yeah.
competition. It's the same thing. Like y'all seem like y'all fighting over who the queen be.
Mm.
And what I'm saying about Stormy,
And
because
Stormy is
I
not
would
from
agree that
Birmingham, right?
Stormy is the queen bee, but what I'm saying is like when you are, why are you fighting with this girl? You know what I'm saying to prove it? Like you are. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to wait for anybody to tell you.
Hmm.
Or
Maybe that girl feels she's the queen of Birmingham, and where Stormy live. She don't live in Birmingham, I know.
I thought she lived in Huntsville.
So
Yeah, I thought she lived in Huntsville. Um, but listen, it's been entertaining though. But I have caught up on. That's why I said we can just, like just
yeah, I haven't. I don't think I never made it through the first episode. I tried to sit and watch it, and it just kind of got on. I ain't gonna say it got on my nerves. I don't know. I just didn't make it. So and so I said, oh, that was like too much homework. And
Hmm.
you try to remember all these new names or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
I I'd seen a little bit of the episode where they had Martell on there with when they was doing the TikTok live, but no, I haven't. I just seen bits and pieces and whatever clips they have shown. That's
Hmm.
yeah, so I don't know. I just remember that seeing the clip with her with that black hat on and the tall person by her.
Hmm.
So yeah, and they were having the issue about the mop situation. I
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah.
You know, I wish that sometimes I wish that people just knew, like, you don't have to announce who you are and what you are, like you can just be that, you know what I mean?
uh-huh.
And then you can leave people to take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
'cause that's in their right to do, like they can take it or leave it, like why does that change who you are, and how you show up? It doesn't. Um,
Mm.
so, but but like I said, we can use that and kind of just give a synopsis, catch up next week or the week after, because next week you will be hosting. Listen, have a great trip in Miami. Y'all be
I
safe.
will.
And have fun. Take a couple shots for me. It is Memorial Day weekend, so everybody enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Make good choices and have fun for me, because I ain't really got no plans as of now. Me and my son, we said we was gonna hang out, but I don't know what we doing. Cause y'all know I'm in a high rise now, so ain't no barbecuing for me. I gotta get invited to a barbecue now. But listen, and that's what I told my son. I was like, oh dang, like we didn't bring the small grill to your place, because we could have been over there and putting on some stuff on the grill, but whatever. We'll figure out something. But like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us back here next Tuesday, same time, same channel.
Yes. Y'all have a great evening.
Good night.
Good night.